So I've known people that have paid for coaching like for $12,000-$20,000.
Yeah.
But they're getting the manual for success from somebody else who already did it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to give something up, whether that's, I don't know what you could provide for this other person, but don't just come up to people and be like, hey,
how do you do this?
How do you do this? First of all, hi.
Teach me.
O sea, like, hi, good to meet you. How are you? Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know?
Even for like the bookkeeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've always said I like to help girls grow. Like I thrive by seeing them grow and making sure that their business, they're making money, and like that's why I did it. That's why I'm doing it. Yeah. But when I get girls who message me and tell me, well, how do I get this? How do I get the business license? How do I get the fictitious name? How do I open up a bank account? And they're not even like a client or anything. You don't necessarily have to be my client, but then don't ask for all this information for free. Mm-hmm. And if you've been following me, you know that I already gave all that information on a podcast episode.
Yeah, but you know what? That's not easy enough. Lo quieren más fácil. They want it easier. They want you to do it for them. They want all these things. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, what are you offering me?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beauty Bound. Today, we actually have a guest host. You guys have already met her, Claudia. Jackie couldn't come today. We were trying to figure out our schedules, but this week it didn't work, but she'll be back next week.
They're like, fuck it, just bring in this extra. Bring in that one girl.
That one girl, remember her?
She got shit to do. Call her really quick.
No, so we, today we're not set on a topic for sure, but we know like kind of what we want to talk about. So I think a lot of the times in this business, there's people that take advantage of you. There's people.
We're starting there.
Yes. There's people that like to see what you could give, but they never try to give something in return. We want to kind of talk a little bit about networking as well and social media. And I think they actually kind of go hand in hand.
I think they very much do.
Mm-hmm.
I think they very much do. I think like there's a lot of people out there that just want to take, and they don't give back.
Yeah.
And it's like we were saying earlier, like you, in order to get something, you also got to give something. Like it's a, ¿cómo se dice? Oh, I already started with my Spanish.
I know, it's good. So
when I'm around you, right? Like we just automatically.
Yes. So just know that it is in our Spanish episode, but
however,
you will hear us, a little bit of Spanglish, and we don't try. We've already talked about this. And even with the last time she was here, we've talked about this. It just kind of fucking...
It just like clicks,
it just
right?
flows. Yeah,
it just like happens.
Yeah. That's it. You lost your train of thought. Sorry,
I know. So now I know what it's like to be on the Beauty Bound podcast. Oh my God. Jackie, you're missed.
Yes. No, but people take and take.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I was saying, like, especially in this industry, I think, because there's so much information out there. And then especially with people like you and I, we've been in the industry for a long time.
Yeah.
So I think because of that, we have a lot to offer.
Yeah.
Just because of our experiences, you know? So I'm sure you get it the same where, like, people come to you when they have questions. And it's fine. I think it's great to, like, you and I talk about this. We don't gatekeep.
No.
So we're, like, really open to education and helping the newbie come up.
Yes.
But I feel like at the same time, there has to be a give and take.
Yes.
And when you come and you just like, give me, like, it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And people know that shit comes out as fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or like, luego empiezan con su, oh my God, like, how'd you do this? And they don't even fucking do that. They'll just straight out, well, I need help with this. How do I do it?
Literally like that. Mm-hmm. Like I've gotten messages where they're like, so I teach lashes because I did lashes for a long time. Yeah. So we have our own brand of lashes. And so I've had messages with people that want to know how I got my own brand and all that.
Yeah.
And so the message literally said, I don't want to spend a lot of money failing and trying. Can you tell me how and who you contacted and this and that to create? It's like, dude, that's...
Google it.
That in itself is a bunch of the work.
Yeah.
But like people just, I don't know, like nobody wants to do the hard work.
Yeah. And not only that, like, are they actually going to respect the work that they do if somebody just hands it out to them for free.
No.
And we talked about that in the networking event that you just had on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
That, you know, a lot of the times, are you going to pay $49 for a $5,000 training? You know?
Yeah.
What are you going to do if you get it for $49 opposed to what are you going to do if you actually pay the full price?
And I don't think people value that.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why some things are really expensive because honestly, a lot of knowledge goes into it. A lot of work goes into it. So I've known people that have paid for coaching like for $12,000-$20,000.
Yeah.
But they're getting the manual for success from somebody else who already did it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to give something up, whether that's, you know, I don't know what you could provide for this other person, but don't just come up to people and be like, hey,
how do you do this?
How do you do this? First of all, hi.
Teach me.
O sea, like, hi, good to meet you. How are you? Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, it sucks because it should be a give and take, but a lot of people don't think that that's the way things are.
Yeah, the ethic. It all comes down to like the work ethic as well, because if you have no work ethic, then you're not going to have any kind of like que te va a hacer sentir bien o mal, like you're just going to a ver, dame tu información and that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
like,
and is it really yours?
Yeah.
You know, like if you don't put the work behind it, like is it really yours?
It's not.
And like how ugly. I wouldn't want something that I didn't create, you know? Like, oh my God.
Yeah. Like I think even for like the bookkeeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've always said I like to help girls grow. Like I thrive by seeing them grow and making sure that their business, they're making money, and like that's why I did it. That's why I'm doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I get girls who message me and tell me, well, how do I get this? How do I get the business license? How do I get the fictitious name? How do I open up a bank account? And they're not even like a client or anything. You don't necessarily have to be my client, but then don't ask for all this information for free. Mm-hmm. And if you've been following me, you know that I already gave all that information on a podcast episode.
Yeah, but you know what? That's not easy enough. Lo quieren más fácil. They want it easier. They want you to do it for them. They want all these things. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, what are you offering me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm sorry, but it's an exchange of information, an exchange of energy. You can't just be like, what? Can you please spend like 2 days with me setting up my business? What do I have to offer? Oh, nothing.
Exactly.
Like, what? Like, what world does that work in?
Yeah.
And why do they think it's okay to ask?
Yeah. And it's like, a veces tiene que estar de ti mismo. And that's like, for me, there's times that it'll just come out from me and I'm like, okay, do you need help with that? I'll help you.
Because you get excited and you want to help.
Yeah. Like, I'm over here, like, helping with logos sometimes because guess what? I fucking enjoy doing that shit.
And that sucks, dude. That sucks.
Like, I just enjoy it. So, and they don't even ask me for help. And I'm just like, do you need help? I'll help you. You know, and it's more of like I don't give a fuck if I'm getting paid for it or not. I'm excited to help them with that. You know? And I know that the people that I do help, they're appreciative. There's people that I've just handed them. I tell them, like, here's the link. If you're interested, like, here it is, you know? Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, it went away. Fuck. It went away. But I did have somebody, I gave them the link so they could fill out the, like, my little worksheet or whatever the fuck, my intake form. And it'll tell you on there what my starting price is at, right? And then I get an email saying, well, you know, your starting price is too high, but if we could work something out. And I was like, oh, then, you know, we're not a good fit. You know? Because I'm not going to lower my prices to fit your budget.
Well, and then I think at that, you already know what kind of client you're getting. Mm-hmm. You're going to get a client that isn't there for you for your loyalty. They're there for your prices. So the moment you change your price or you say no, that client's gone. Yeah. And if you're spending time to building this relationship, as soon as you change your prices, pues all this time you spend, ya se acabó, they left. Yeah. You know, and like, and I think with your business, with the networking, no más. I think with the bookkeeping.
I'm not Sam. Sam is our name.
It's not Sam. It's not Sam.
It's Cristal.
It's Cristal. Her name's Cristal, damn it. Beauty Bound Podcast. But I'm saying, like, if you're with your bookkeeping, and this is what I've heard from what I've seen, no? Yeah. Like, the more you get to know your client, the better you can serve them. Yes. Because you can see what their spending habits are and how to help them. Yes. But if you have somebody that's already, like, trying to negotiate your rate, then they're not going to fucking listen to you. So, like, you can't even do your own job. Yeah. Right?
And I always try to help out even when it's a brand new business. I do. And the thing is, they won't even ask for a deal. but because I know that they're fresh and I've kind of I took a look at their stuff, I will do like a starting price for the first month or the first 2 months.
Yeah.
And then after that, it goes up to my normal price.
Yeah.
But that's because I see like las ganas que tienen de crecer.
So quieres ayudar.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if I see them that they're just trying to get a deal without wanting to grow or even change any of their habits, I don't want to work with them.
You're like, I'm out.
Yeah. Because how am I supposed to help you grow?
Yeah. It's like, I can't help you. You don't fucking listen.
Exactly. And it goes a lot. I think, I know with you, like running your own business, you're going to be at the point where all your studios are going to be open, which means you're going to be renting them out.
Yeah.
Which means like, I'm sure you don't want to think of having a contract right at the beginning because that's not your vibe.
Yeah. So what I do with my studios and with the salon, by the way, my name is Claudia. You can find me at Maridosa Beauty. Yeah. So
if you're a hairstylist and you need a chair to rent, she has chairs available to rent.
And also a room.
A room, yes.
But what was I saying? Oh, so like my goal is to help you reach wherever it is you're going. Like if you come into my space, I think of you as a team. As long as we're...
Oh, I like I'm sorry. I like your eyeliner today.
Because I look down.
Yes, so you have it like a... sorry.
It's like... Squirrel. I think it just came out super long today. I think my eyeliner knew I was going to be spicy today.
Yeah.
So I was like, bitch, your eyeliner's going to collect with your hair.
Yeah. No, the way that you have it blended in on the top... Or maybe you didn't mean to do that, but
you know what? I'm just going to say it's a happy accident. I think, Cristal, what you're saying is that I'm fucking old and my eyelids are being folded down.
Pendeja,
so they look like they blend. No, I'm just old, guys.
It looks like you did like the outline and then you went in.
Oh,
you did it?
Go in?
Yeah.
That's called having a fat eye, Cristal.
I literally thought you fucking,
no, I did that. I did that on purpose. Mira, cabrona.
No, I honestly, I was like, fuck, I love the way you did your eyeliner today. That was...
It's supposed to be a straight line, okay? My lashes are going to come off. You know what? I don't think you're allowed to compliment me anymore.
My cheeks are so red now. Oh my God. No, I really thought because there's a fucking when you do the eyeliner.
Let's keep going, Cristal. Let's keep going, okay?
Your eyeliner looks fucking good, bitch. I was complimenting.
Hey, you know what? It's so funny because I've been thinking of like getting my eyes done.
I almost choked myself.
Mira, ves? That's what you get. Por cabrona.
Bitch, I don't think I have my inhaler today
I think
for this fat kid asthma.
You were ready for this shit. I think when I come around you, I think I'm just going to have to like open my eyes like this. No. So it looks like a straight fucking line.
Oh my God. Your eyeliner looks good is what I was trying to tell
you. Can we stop? Can we stop being mean to me? No, but you know what? So like I've been recently thinking about getting my eyes done, you know? Because like I rather start off young, and then like do a little bit every 5 to 10 years.
Rather than
I guess I'm doing it sooner than later.
Like, ¿cuándo voy para Tijuana?
No, ya me voy mañana, dude. Like, if you guys don't see me for 2 weeks, it's because I got a compliment on my eyeliner from Cristal.
Oh my God. No, bitch, my eyes are like getting hooded too. But
did you just say too?
Yeah, you just said you're fucking, you see that. Ya cállate la verga. All right. Moving on.
Let's get it together. your producer, como dices that man, he's probably like covering his ears from all the fucking laughing all loud into the microphone.
Sorry.
Feel free to edit this.
The last 5 minutes just laughing. Oh my God. Okay. All right. What were we saying? Yeah.
We were talking about
I forgot what we were talking about.
Networking.
Oh yes, networking. Okay. Pinche risa asmática.
Okay.
And scene.
And go. You have to do that. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so we were saying networking.
I forgot. I think we were talking about when you have your own studios.
Oh,
and stuff.
okay.
There we go.
So I was saying, let me keep my eyes open for this. Look at you like this, bitch. Man.
Oh,
okay.
my God.
No, so I was saying like I don't like to be like I like to make sure that we all fit as a team.
Yeah.
So okay.
You're like, I don't even want to make eye contact with you,
I know,
bitch.
I'm like trying not even to look down, dude. No, so I was saying like, okay, so I like to work as a team, right? So anybody that comes to my studio, the salon, and is renting from me, I feel like they have to figure out if they fit, and then I have to figure it out if they fit in the studio.
Yeah.
So what I do is like I always tell everybody, come in and work for 3 months and see if you like it.
Yeah.
If you don't like being there and I don't like you there, then it's cool. We part ways. Y pues no pasa nada.
Yeah.
You know, everybody goes on their own.
Yeah.
But I think like what I see a lot of is a lot of predatory things going on with the studios. And so you and I have talked about like some people that we know in the industry that kind of do that.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's so wrong. Number one, it's a lot of fucking energy to be mean. Trust me.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
No, yeah.
But like to rip people off and stuff when you've known how much it takes to have a business, and then to kind of rip people off that want to go off on their own instead of like, hey, maybe I didn't get help, so let me help you with what I can, you know?
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of that.
Yeah, because and you hear a lot. I mean, you really don't even have to look, and you just start hearing shit.
Dude, yes.
And all you have to do is like either look the other way or not even. I mean, it's pointless to comment on any of the stuff that's going on.
And that's what we were saying.
Yeah, it's pointless to comment on any of it. But when you see it, I know for me, like I wish that you could just help the girls who are basically getting the
fucked
up. Yeah, that's because that's basically it, you know. But at the end of the day, that person who's fucking people over, it's gonna come back to them.
It does.
It's gonna come back to them.
But I also think it's like it's the responsibility of both people. It's the responsibility of both people. Because I know, let's just say, for example, there's somebody out there that's renting a booth or not a booth, a room for really expensive, right?
Yeah.
If you see this person and all you see is like a bunch of fake shit, fake people, you talk to people and they're talking shit and you still go in there, at that point, it's your fucking fault.
Yep.
Like I can guarantee you there's nobody here that will say that I've ever taken any money from anybody that we didn't exchange, we didn't have some kind of equal exchange, you know?
Yeah.
But the people that have recently come under my radar because I just hear about these things, I thought they were fucking red flags all over the place.
And people didn't see them.
And people didn't see them, you know?
Yeah.
Or you see them or you choose to ignore them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And either way, it's also your responsibility.
Yeah, because how could you be so dumb to fucking throw so much fucking money out there?
Yeah.
Like, ¿a qué punto vas a decir, like, okay, this is kind of suspicious?
Yeah.
You know?
I think so. And I've heard of people like even having to sign NDAs.
Why would you need an NDA?
That's exactly my point.
You're not a fucking celebrity. Like, what the fuck?
No, and what
Ni
do
que
you...
like Kim Kardashian.
Like Kim Kardashian. Pero even if... Pero ¿qué tienes que esconder? You know, like, what do you have to hide? Why do you have to sign an NDA?
Yeah, I think... So the only times that I've ever seen anybody have to sign an NDA in the beauty industry is as a hairstylist who is coming in as an assistant.
Oh, okay.
And is learning.
Okay.
And it's learning from a master stylist.
Oh, okay.
And the reason,
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. So, and the only reason that you want to do that, let's say you have a special technique that only you use, and that's what you're teaching in your classes.
Yeah.
You don't want that person to assist you and then turn around and leave. Ay, me hasta me entró.
I know.
And then leave and then use your technique and then teach it.
Okay, I can see that.
So those are the only times that I've ever seen NDAs being signed, because it's a non-disclosure agreement, and you want to make sure that nobody's going to steal your intellectual property, because that is
because you invented it.
Yeah.
And so I can totally see that.
Yeah. But for que no mamen.
What? But to rent a fucking studio, like if somebody's having you sign an NDA for a fucking studio, like
question it.
That for me is a red flag.
Yeah. Or not even that. Did you read the fucking NDA?
Probably not.
I know más hermano.
Nada más. And it's like I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't, but I think I'm so, ¿cómo se dice? I'm so like, because I've been in the industry for so long that I'm kind of like, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Jaded.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jaded, because I've been in the industry and I've seen so much shit, so much stuff. Like I've seen people ruin people's eyes because of they were saying they were doing volumes and they were doing clusters. I've seen people say like, oh, look at the makeup and this and that, and it's like 20 million filters. And then they don't show up and they're having 2 weddings at the same time. And then she pretends she's sick. Like, I've seen so much stuff. Oh, and you know what? You've been in the industry for a long time. So you've heard all these crazy stories too. And I think I've seen so much of that that I question everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And it's true. Like, I mean, anybody could get fucked over, but then you also have to be
fucking
not dumb, but
green.
I think, and when you're like, when you're on the side of the consumer, I think a lot of the times girls are gullible.
Yeah.
Or they're fresh out of school and they're so eager to start their career that people do take advantage of them. And that's when it sucks, because they have no one to tell them that what they're, if you have to pay up all this money, like there's something wrong.
Well, and then to that point, I know what that's like, because as soon as I got out of school, I had nobody that knew business.
Yeah.
I didn't know any entrepreneurs, anybody that owned their own business.
Yeah.
I didn't have anybody to ask questions, But this was 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even YouTube isn't that old.
No.
YouTube's a little younger than that.
Yeah.
But now there's so much information that if you just take your time to research.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, and at the schools too, the cosmetology schools, like I know because I go to speak to a lot of the schools here locally. There's people who you can ask questions to.
Yeah.
And honestly, like if you don't have questions, then there's no way for you to figure out.
Yeah.
But I understand that sometimes you don't know what questions to ask.
Yeah.
También,
But I think what happens to a lot in a lot of the beauty schools, you learn everything that has to do on when you go into work to a salon, when you go and do all these things. But when do they ever talk to you about business?
They don't.
Yeah. They don't tell you what's a fair percentage to get paid. Mm-hmm. They don't tell you what's a good starting percentage to get paid.
Yeah.
You don't get taught any of that. And I think that's a disservice that the beauty schools are doing to the students, because then they're setting them up to fail in the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
So I think if there was a way, to go talk to school, or not to school, to the students at the schools, like it would be so awesome. Like I would love to fucking go to a school and talk to them and teach them the business part of it.
Well, and I actually created, and I should put it out there a little bit more, but I actually created a, ¿cómo se dice? A guide to starting your own business, your own beauty business.
Yeah.
From zero up until like budgeting and all that. And I made it for free.
That's awesome.
And it's online. So anytime I go and speak to a school, like I tell them, hey, like if you're interested in learning how to create your own beauty business, here's this free videos. And then you have me to ask questions. Because like I think at this point, what I really want to do is I want to shape the beauty industry, More than just work in it, I want to shape it into what I think it should be, which is more education on business, como estás diciendo, like you're saying. So more education about how to be profitable, because a lot of people don't know how to do that. A lot of more education on how to be visible, social media and all that.
Social media.
Instead of just like, I don't know, posting yourself with like a new purse or something.
Yeah.
People do that, Cristal.
I know.
But, like it's also the schools that don't come to people like me. There's very few schools that are even interested in that,
And I think it's also time for us as the older
generation.
As the older generation to maybe try and go knocking at those doors. Go and go to those schools. And I know for me, I need to do that.
Yeah.
Because I do want to teach them, like, okay, what do you need to open up a business? What do you need to start, like, to go on your own or what you should do. I know for a hairstylist, I feel like I should have started as an assistant before I even went and opened up my own salon.
A lot of people say that, and so I don't know too much about hair. Like I know how to have a studio, a salon, and all that.
Yeah.
So why not start right away? Because as an esthetician, I started right away.
Me too.
Yeah. See.
So I started right away. So I actually started doing hair while I was still in beauty school. I started doing nails while I was still in beauty school. While I was in beauty school, they knew I went in knowing how to do nails already.
You had already been doing stuff.
I started doing nails when I was 13.
Oh my God.
Because I liked it.
You liked it, like that was your passion.
Yeah. So then when I started school, they knew I knew how to do nails, and I was stuck always taking clients for nails until I said, okay, I'm here to learn hair, like not nails, you know. But I would take clients at home. And I would do I would do their hair. I would do, because I wanted to build that clientele by the time that I got out. I already had, my intentions were never to work for anybody. My intentions were always to work for myself. My intentions were always to have my own place. Never, and I never worked for anybody.
And so you already had your husband, and I think you had your oldest daughter?
So I already had 2 kids when I was in beauty school. And then while I was in beauty school, I was pregnant with my third. So I think when I had my third, I actually was still doing hair out of my house. And I think I took a week break, like right after I had him, and I continued back up. Yeah. And I was doing hair at home. Then right after that, I went to business school. I went to get my degree in business administration.
Oh, right after you were
like I think he was exactly a month old maybe when I started school.
Oh, good for you.
Because I wanted to get everything done. And then by the time, my goal wasn't to open up a salon right away. My goal was to finish school, still continue to take clients, and then open up a salon. Well, somehow I ended up opening a salon, I think, my last month of being in school.
Shut up.
So
you hadn't even taken your boards or anything yet?
I don't know. Beauty. I finished my
my
degree. So that last month, I remember in class, I would take my shit to the school, and I need help with this. How to write a business plan. I was having them help me with all the shit that I was having to go through. I was getting the help at school. When I was done, I had my salon, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
You're like, how do I even get clients?
Yes.
You guys have to remember, this is like before social media. It was like a big fucking thing, right?
Yeah. I think like Instagram was around, but it wasn't like,
a thing.
No.
Yeah.
No. And I think like I started getting my following pretty quick, only because I would do all these like little events and I was trying to put myself out there. But it was so hard to even build it up and to even build the clientele. But I was like, why did I do this? It was hard, but I did it. I think I would have preferred now, like looking back, for me to go and assist someone so I could have learned more.
So you felt like you learned on the job?
Yes.
And
a lot of it.
And so you you fucked some people up because you were learning?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But I think when it came to, I always loved doing fucking challenging hair.
Yeah.
And always taking hair from black to blonde without damaging it. Like that was always my goal, no damage, and that's what I was known for, not damaging hair. But I wish I would have learned more from a seasoned stylist, and I think I could have done better. Now I don't think back of going back to school or anything, but I always tell, like, either you already build up like your clientele while you were in school, or go out and assist, but going to like there's stylists that have programs that will, you'll go 6 months through their program, and then you become your own, like, you'll have your own clients and stuff.
Oh, I think that's cool. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's good, because it's not like you're an assistant for years on end. No.
You just do like a 6 months and then you start putting in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because then you start, you do blowouts, and then that stylist starts teaching you different things. You start learning their techniques, and then you move up to doing other things, little by little.
And you know what? And I've seen that, and I know that hairstylists have assistants.
Yes.
And I don't see that in the esthetician world.
Mm-mm.
Or I have a permanent makeup just because of the volume of clients that I do. I have, somebody assisting me with appointments and stuff like that. My husband, he does all the back end stuff.
Yeah.
But we have assistants in that way, but we don't have assistants with I mean, I guess you can,
no,
right?
But in reality,
how could
like
you do
what?
it?
Yeah, there's
what can they assist
no
you
way.
with? They can't mix your ink. It's okay. Like that's lame.
Yeah, so I think and that's why it's different because as a hairstylist, you do need an assistant to. If you're already booked up, you want to be able to double book yourself.
Oh, I got you. Because you guys always do that.
Yeah. So if you double book yourself, if you have an assistant, then you could double book yourself
because of the processing time.
Yes, because that assistant is the one that's rinsing out your process, the one that was processing while you're doing another color.
Yeah.
So you have somebody always on your chair.
And so the assistants do blow dry and they do what?
So they will,
and they wash,
so
right?
They'll rinse out. They'll help you with your foils and stuff. So there's this hairstylist, and I fucking love her. Her name's Tracy Cullingham, and she does. I don't know if she still did, but she did Jennifer Lopez hair. She also did the Kardashians. Like, so she's done all of their hair. I learned from her when I was still in California, and she's so sweet. But she finishes like highlight, or not even highlight, like whatever it is that she does, so fast because she's like literally she has her bowl brush as she turns around. Right, she'll section the hair. She turns around to grab the color, and the assistant's in there with the foil already under the hair.
Okay.
And then she just paints it on. She turns around, and then they fold the hair. She turns around, and then like
so she literally just applies.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, but and you know she knows her technique. Her assistants, they know all her fucking formulas. They have to know all the formulas.
So they probably even mix for her.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we saw her work one day, and I was like, what the fuck? Like,
and you say assistant, so she had more than one person helping her? Stop it.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. She at that day, I think she took 2 of her assistants with her when she was teaching.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's so
that
cool.
sounds great.
I know. So that's why you, like, as a hairstylist, you do need an assistant. I mean, as a nail tech, there's nothing.
No, pues
no, like
que
what?
laven las patas,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
you know?
it. Yeah. Like,
For the pedicures.
Yeah. So in reality, there is a hairstylist is the only one that needs an assistant. So that's why I always say, like, you will learn so much more if you do assist, you know?
And, you know, I've seen, like, estheticians try to kind of take that route where, you know, on Jackie's group, on Facebook group, Estheticians of San Antonio or something like that. Well, anyway, I've seen a few people post on there. They're looking for a place to assist and to help so they can learn how to do this, and that. But to me, it sounds like you're looking for a job. If I was to take an assistant like that so that they could learn my aesthetics and the way I mix my peels and stuff like that, like you would have to have something else to offer me than like let me work for you. Like, what does that even mean? Because
then in that way, I think if you're looking to do that, then your salon would have to have clientele for her to move on up and then take clients.
Right.
And then you would go on commission after that.
Right.
That's the only way I could see it. Because, I could see them. They basically have to predict your next move.
Right.
Because, okay, this is what you're doing. Okay, let me mix everything that you're doing and then hand everything over to them. But at that point, I think that the facial is no longer a relaxing facial.
Because there's all kinds of people walking around you and shit.
Yeah, at that point, like it loses that aspect of it, I feel like. Right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But like one of the points I was trying to make with that is that we as estheticians don't know how to ask for help. Like, okay, so in the tattoo industry, you know, the people go in there as apprentices and they fucking work you to the fucking bone. But you're getting like thousands, like that's a thing that makes you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you're literally you're working for free, but you're working in exchange to learn all these trade fucking secrets from the seasoned 20 artists that have 20 years experience, 25 years experience. So what you're offering them is your physical labor.
Yep.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's how you're paying.
And that's how you're paying. With a hairstylist, I've seen people offer, again, free labor or very cheap labor. And I feel like in the esthetician world or even in the permanent makeup industry, I've had people that want to come and want to come and have escort, y no quieren pagar it, or they don't want any, they don't have anything to offer. Dude, even if somebody told me, let me go clean your studio, you know, because you're fucking saving me time and money. So let me go clean your studio and your salon, and then I can watch you. I'd be so fucking open to that.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like as estheticians, we haven't evolved to that yet.
Yeah.
But I think we should.
Yeah. Because you sit there and you're like, okay, well, you're basically the shop's bitch.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when, and I think even when right now that you said for tattoo artists, they have to do their apprenticeship, right? There's so many tattoo artists right now that are so fucking mad at everyone who does the tiny tattoos.
Yeah.
And talking shit and saying, well, it's okay, I'll cover it up. Like,
yeah.
You know,
I think so many. There's some hating in there.
There is a lot. Recently, it's been popping up a lot on my Instagram.
Instagram's like, bitch, look who's talking shit about you.
I know.
All trying to start shit, huh? Fucking Instagram's an instigator.
Yeah, because I saw that shit this morning, actually. And a tattoo artist like, oh, yeah, get those tiny tattoos so I could cover them up.
Like,
I'm like,
first of all, like, why would you even come from that state of mind? Like, that's fucking negativity.
And it's
that's
like,
so
you know, all these damn permanent makeup artists and estheticians trying to, and I'm thinking like, no, bitch, hairstylists too.
O sea, I do hair and I'm also doing tattoos. But I think that jealousy is so ugly.
Yeah.
Like, I've been told too by tattoo artists I have been doing for 20 years, like, oh, you guys just tattoo these two little things. And, you know, you guys make more money than us and this and that. Because they make, what would you say, like $200 an hour?
Yeah.
Which I think is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit how much somebody else is making? If you're making $200 an hour, like, make your money.
The thing is, like, a lot of tattoo artists, they're amazing fucking artists.
Yes.
But they do not know how to tattoo with one needle or three.
Yeah.
They blow out the lines, you know? I think I've told you this little one, that one is blowing out. You know,
it was supposed to be really thin.
It was supposed to be really thin, and that's why I wanted it, because it was supposed to be super thin, and it blew out. So, how are they going to sit there and complain? As a permanent makeup artist, you get taught that you have to do everything super light, and I've told you that many times.
Yeah,
that the reason that I feel I could do or tattoo better now with the 3RL is because you taught me with the liner, with the one. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for that, like, I learned that you don't want to fucking blow out.
You do not. No. You do not want to do that.
No, I mean, we saw what it looks like with a client of yours.
With a correction.
Yeah, and it looked horrible.
Yeah.
So I don't want to fucking do that shit with the tattoo. You know. Yeah. Like, but I don't know.
But they definitely come like for a point of like jealousy.
Yeah.
Know? And like you were saying. And also, too, like, they may be good tattoo artists, but they're not good business people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of the tattoo artists don't have anything past doing things physically with their body.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, their fucking bodies get fucked up.
Yeah, because you're like...
Yeah, like every which way.
Yeah.
So 20 years later, like, you're still working as a tattoo artist instead of, like, moving on or even having your own shop or getting into... A lot of them get into... product, and they start putting like the graphic design or whatever.
Yeah,
but some of them move on, but most of them will tattoo forever.
Yeah, and then they haven't even put any money into savings or into anything to make them more money. Yeah. So it kind of...
Entonces, ¿para qué se enojan?
¿Verdad? Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, I was seeing all that shit. As far as social media goes, and I asked you this question over the weekend, that I told you that I noticed you don't do the hashtags. Can you tell us why?
Oh yeah, so. I don't think hashtags do anything.
Yeah.
So I think in the very beginning when social media was coming up and everybody was using them, or not a lot of people were using them, but the pool of people that was on social media was a lot smaller.
Yeah.
And the people that were using social media well, including using hashtags, was smaller.
Yeah.
So if you put San Antonio, right, there wasn't a ton of people using the hashtag. Yeah. So if me and you and 20 gazillion other people are putting hashtag San Antonio brows, like, there's also a gazillion people doing that.
Yeah.
So what's even the point?
Yeah.
And that's one of my reasons I don't do it. My second reason is that it's so silly to me.
Yeah.
It's so silly. You know, like, now I'm not just showing you my work and showing you what I could do.
Yeah.
Now I'm like showing you my work and look at buy.
Yeah.
You know, so it takes that relationship that I want to build with my client of trust.
Yeah.
And it takes it to now you're not a client. Now I'm trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
Now you're a customer.
Yes.
And I don't ever use that word. But now you're just a customer. You're at Walmart. I'm just trying to scan your shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't like to think of my clients like that. Like, you have to build a relationship. And my clients will tell you, like, when they come in, I'll remember their stories, you know, if they told me gossip and shit. Like, I laugh at them girl. And I remember that. But the hashtags, I think, is a wall between me and my clients building trust with me.
Yeah, because you get and that's why I think that's what was so like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. You get so many likes on videos and so many views without any of that shit.
Yeah.
And to me, that was like very surprising because I was sitting here and I do hashtags, because I was like, well, fuck, I thought you have to.
You thought you had to.
Mm-hmm. In order to even get viewed. But I noticed on one of my posts, I'm kind of testing it out little by little. Mm-hmm. So I took out like the city hashtags. I just got, because everything always changes on some of my posts. Mm-hmm. But I took off completely the hashtags that had to do anything that I did extra. Mm-hmm. So I took those off and I was like, oh shit. Like I got a little bit more likes.
You noticed that the insights were a little bit different.
Yeah. So even because I'm managing Sola Salon's social media, I took away pretty much all the hashtags and only kept, I think, 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. And a video got a lot more views than when I had all the hashtags. Yeah. So I think because before also they used to have a lot of hashtags and then they didn't, but then I think they got shadow banned or something. And I'm trying to remove that.
Yeah. So, and then also too, Instagram doesn't like any more than 3 to 5 hashtags. Mm-hmm. That's one. Number 2, there's actually hashtags that would trigger that shadow ban. Yeah. And people don't know about that. There's like this website where you can check.
Really?
Yeah. So it could be for any reason. It could be like because maybe a lot of people are using that hashtag. Yeah. I don't know, Yeah. I don't know. But it will trigger some kind of ban or shadow banning to your account. Yeah. And to me, number 1, they don't work.
Yeah. So it's pointless.
And it's pointless. And to me, like I said, it puts up a wall, look at me, I'm selling to you. Yeah. And something I don't ever want to do is have a client feel like I'm constantly selling to them, because I don't want everybody. I want the right people to come to me. Yeah. So if I'm constantly selling or like, look at, I have a discount code, or look at, I'm like for Mother's Day, you can get $50 off your brows and stuff. That is selling to a customer. Yeah. And I don't sell to customers. Yeah. I build relationships with clients. Yeah. Ooh.
Dang.
Oh, Sam. Oh my God.
No, and
but
that's
it's true.
Good.
But it's true. Yeah.
That's good. I think a lot of us have a lot still to learn. Mm-hmm. And if you ever say you've learned everything, then you're dumb. Yeah. Because you're always learning. I'm fucking gonna be 41 soon and I'm still fucking learning,
You have to keep learning. I think, and you know what? When I don't. No, don't let's not talk about it. There's a 4 in there. There's no longer a 3.
I know.
Oh my God. Yeah. But what I was gonna say is, I lost my train of
thought. Where I was learning.
Oh yeah. So even if it's something like I've done all the time, things, especially in social media, are constantly changing. Yeah. So I've done ads and I've been very open to, I think everybody should do ads. Yeah. But we do ads for the studio and for my work and for the girls at the studio and stuff. Yes, you included. I just believe in putting my money where it needs to, I won't buy a purse, but I'll put like a couple $100 for an ad. Yeah. And so I feel like I've done it enough to where I understand it a little bit, but there's so much to understand. So I'll take a class on ads. Yeah. And I feel like you can always learn any aspect of the business, and that's that. I'll take one on marketing, and I'll take the one on editing pictures so that people's skin looks perfect. We just had a Canva one. God, that was crazy, right?
Yes. I felt so stupid when I saw her post like the replace with. I was like, what the fuck?
I saw your place. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I know. I was like, I cannot believe I've been and not fucking it. It's just I didn't know. And so that's why I always say you will always learn new things. Always.
And you know what? And it takes a lot. It takes a lot of what am I trying to say? So it takes a lot for people to remove their ego when they're learning. Yes. And when somebody comes to me and they ask me a question, like I've had people kind of ask me, but not ask me, no sé cómo, like they'll come to me and they'll tell me like, I'm on your level, but what do you do for this? It's like, first of all, like
if you're on my level,
drop the ego at the door. Yeah. And I won't do that to people. Like if I see somebody, like even a hairstylist doing a good job, or she has more views or whatever the case may be, like first, like I'll say like, I can see that you're doing really well in this or whatever. And I'll humble myself and I won't go in there thinking I fucking know everything. That's so fucking annoying. Yeah.
And I think, you need to do a class on social media on how to grow your, I did see that you posted on the esthetician group about helping 5 girls, I think.
Yeah, the social media audit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think it would be so great for you to have a class on that because I would fucking love to learn social media more because I don't know it all. I feel like what I used to know 10 years ago, even last year.
I was going to say even last year.
It's so different than like this year because I'm stuck at like, I think 1,400 on my Instagram, on my artsy
like you
one.
plateaued.
Yeah. And like, I know that I could grow and I'm not I'm trying to grow just because I do want to, I love doing the tiny tattoos and I've told you I do love doing the brows.
Yeah.
And every time I get a chance that you're doing brows, I'm sitting there watching
you. You're there watching me like a creep.
Yeah. I sit there and I watch you because I think it's so, every time that I've seen you do brows, you've always had a different case.
It's cool, right?
Yes. It's cool. Never been the same. And it's been, one fresh set, but most of them have been the corrections that I've seen.
Dude, so many corrections.
Yes.
So many corrections.
And it's so crazy to see how fucked up their eyebrows are because of somebody else. Like,
okay. And then this is what we were talking about earlier too with the renting a studio from the wrong person.
Yes.
Dude, like sometimes I will ask them like, okay, so where did you go? So they're telling me the whole story. I went to so-and-so and I was like, well, where did you go? Because they're so terrible that I'm like, it can't be somebody local. I don't know. Maybe you went to Turkey or I don't know.
Yeah.
So like, where did you go? And they'll tell me and I'm like, and they'll say like, oh, but their work looked good. Look it. And so they'll show me a picture and I'm like, dude, no, it's not where I work. But they'll show me a picture and the picture is, the work is so bad that to me, it's so obvious that it's not good.
Yeah.
But that's where they chose to win.
But is it not obvious to them?
See, I would think so, right?
Right, because that's what I like. I always think about that.
But it's not because I think it's I don't think it's that new because I live it.
Yeah.
But I think it's still very new to some people.
Okay.
Where they don't know what they're looking for.
Okay.
Y
nomás van with the first person they see, right?
Así, like, and then they have a sale. Or I've had people that want me to correct them and their eyebrows are terrible. And the first thing they'll say is like, oh, well, that's too much. Yeah, bitch, that's why your eyebrows are fucked up because that's a decision you made. Mm-hmm. Like you were price checking people instead of portfolio checking people.
Yes.
And so this is what got you in trouble in the first place. Tudo nudo. Like, like that's what you get.
Like what are you going to do? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could do.
Like my sympathy level for people sometimes is like very low. It's very low. Es como te estaba diciendo, ¿no?
Yes.
Like my sympathy level is so low because sometimes I'm like, dude, if you just like,
and then you just stare. I know, and it's so funny because you literally just stare like,
I can't even. That's me controlling myself.
Yeah, because you don't say anything. You don't say anything. Like I've seen you a couple times where it'll be complaining, and then you're just kind of like, pues sí.
Well, yeah, because
because
it is
so funny. I feel like there's an awkward silence, and I'm just like,
and it's not awkward for me because I'm like,
I know, but like it's seeing it because I know, I think because I know what you're thinking, that like I really want to laugh so hard. I'm just like, shit. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, you fucked up.
Well, it's because like I can't with people that are sitting there and they're like, oh, well, this went wrong, and then I got it. So I'm telling you, so many women come in, right, and they're like, so I went with a friend that was practicing, and you know what? Good for you, because that's really nice,
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, oh, okay, that's okay. She was practicing. That's okay. I'm glad you went. Es lo que les digo.
Yeah.
I'm glad you went. That's very nice of you. Yeah, and so then I went to this other person that was having a sale, and I'm like, okay.
And then you went and
then I went una señora que vino de Mexico,
God, yes.
And so this lady was here from Mexico, and I did it at somebody's backyard, and their dog was sitting on me, and they took a shit, like
yeah.
And I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious?
Was that not your fucking your sign to run?
Like at some point, right?
Yeah.
At some point, you gotta.
And if
stop
you've already gotten it fucked up twice, and I'm your fourth time to fix them, like girl. Yeah.
And then they come in and they're like, I want something really natural. I was like, okay.
Bitch, there's no way you could do natural no more.
No, and I just tell them, I'm like, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like you.
No, and then she says that very in Spanish. It sounds more like, no, pues así no te las voy a hacer. And she goes, pues así no te van a quedar.
No, así no te van a quedar.
She's like so blunt.
And you know what? But you have to. It's a fucking tattoo, you know? Like, don't come over here with your bullshit because you'll get it straight from me.
No, and then she pulls out this ink, right? She's like, oh, well, I have to use tattoo ink on them now.
Yeah, like, oh, and I'll tell him right in front. It's because, look, so what happened was that she went to this shitty place and this and that. And, you know, I'm telling you that my sympathy level is so low because I've seen so much. And I've had people that come into me and they're like, they come in and they're like, oh, well, she had really good pictures, but then what I saw in person isn't that good. So that person is clearly using fake pictures.
Exactly.
So
and if you saw in person, ¿pa qué chingados te dejaste?
So they'll say like, oh, pero no me salieron así. And I'm like, okay, well, that I understand because you're false advertising. Yeah. And like I told you before, I had people use my pictures before. Yeah. So I understand my name. So I understand what that's like. I understand, you know? And so that at that point, it's not the consumer's fault because it's false marketing.
Yeah.
So I understand. But the whole time where you're like, okay, well, I've been to 20 different places and I've had a client tell me like, oh, well, I walked into their place and it looked really dirty and this and that y no su guantes.
Imagine the fucking
and then I'm
infection.
Like, dude, but you stayed?
That would have been my sign to run.
Yeah.
Like so many signs there.
Yes.
Yeah. When I'm like, when I'm stenciling them in for their tiny tattoos, I will go and wash my hands. I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
Even though when I'm stenciling, I don't use gloves because I need to make sure that I could feel the skin and stuff.
Yeah.
But after that, like, I still go wash my hands even though I'm going to wear gloves.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, what if I fucking touch something with the gloves on accident? I think every client, if I forget something, I take off my gloves. I end up going through like maybe 3 pairs of gloves sometimes but because I'm not trying to touch anything.
Well, and that is better than doing something irreversible to a client that trusted you.
Yeah.
Because then you broke their trust. Yeah. You know?
And then everything, I think you've seen me, how I fucking sit there and I get the dental wrap and I wrap everything that I'm going to, even like the lamp, I put a wrap on there in case I have to touch it. In case you have to touch it. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't. That's just contamination.
And it goes back to what we were saying, treat people the way you want to be treated. You don't want to walk in some place and it's all fucking dirty and disgusting and they're treating you like you're dirty and disgusting. Then don't treat people like that.
Yeah. No.
You know?
And I think that's a lot of stylists expect not to be treated a certain way, but they're sitting there treating everybody else pretty shitty.
I see that all the time.
Pretty shitty. And it's like, don't sit here and tell me your sob story. Like, it's not going to work, bitch. Like, I see how you act with people. How am I supposed to act any different to you?
Are you talking about the social media personalities that are nothing like what you meet in person?
Girl. Oh, my God. For real.
Right?
Yes. Like, see, one thing that I liked about you. So, the first encounter or like even that I knew of you was through Savage Podcast.
Oh, okay.
That was the first time I ever heard about you. And I was painting my living room and I had the podcast on and I had to stop to go on YouTube so I could see who it was that was talking.
Who's this crazy bitch talking? That sounds from California.
Like, yes. And so I was watching you and it was just fun to watch you, you know, with Diana. Like it was fun to see you guys like together.
Interact.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So I was like, oh, damn, she seems cool, you know? Never in my life did I think I was actually going to meet you because it was just like, how did I even fucking meet you?
Through Jackie?
Was it? I think I knew of you through Jackie. I still hadn't met you.
Because you guys did the podcast and I followed her because I...
Oh, yeah. And then I think you needed someone...
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Had I met you before that?
No, I think that's the first time we met in person.
Okay.
Yeah, so that wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, and so when I met you, I was like, oh, damn, like, she's exactly who she is, like who she was on that podcast and who she is on her, your little shorts with James.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that, I thought that was, like, funny shit, you know, like, you guys, the way your guys' dynamic, I thought it was so cool. So you're exactly who you say you are and who you appear to be online. That's the same person that you are in person.
Yeah.
It's not any different.
And no matter who I'm talking to, because that's how I hope people are with me.
Yeah.
No matter who I'm talking to, like I'm always the same person.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't have a customer service voice with people?
No, so I tried it. I tried speaking like this one time and it just didn't work out. And my husband was like, no, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Because I was like, fuck, I sound like I'm from fucking California. And I hear it.
Yeah.
Not that that's bad. It's just, you know who I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like, honestly, like.
My voice on the phone, man, it goes super high pitched.
Do you kind of do this? Or like, how does it go?
Like, so, hello, hi. I was calling to see if I could get an appointment. Like, all fucking, like, what the hell?
Who is this woman?
Who is this woman? Yes. Javier makes fun of me all the time. He's like, that's how you get people to say yes to you on the phone, huh? I'm like, yep.
Oh my God. You know what? The difference between my phone voice, like if I need something, is like I'm very passive aggressive on the phone. Oh. But if I'm in person, I'm just aggressive. Like that passive shit goes out the window, you know?
You're like, fuck that.
No. Yeah. So like on the phone, I'll be like, well, yeah, that's not what that's not what I expected, you know? Or like if I'm calling customer service, I'm like, well, that's not what I was told, Sherry. You know? Yeah. But in person, I'll be like, no, that's not what you fucking said. Like, yeah. Like that passage is, there's gone, no passage, it's gone.
Yeah, and see, and I think on the phone is when I'm trying to get shit done, and then once they don't fucking listen to what I'm telling them and I'm being nice.
Oh, shit.
That's when I fucking lose my customer service voice, and it's the cuss words come out.
Yeah.
And they're like, ma'am, you don't have to go. I'm like, well, what the fuck? You're not understanding what I'm fucking telling you.
Are you fucking stupid?
And I do say, I have said that before.
Oh, shit.
And then they hang up on me.
And they have to call back and you're a whole for 20 minutes. Been there. Yeah. At the DMV, people hang up on me.
Está emputada yo ya.
But it's like we were saying, ¿qué te ganas?
Nothing. I used to do that all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I don't anymore, you know, but there's times like I do catch myself, like I get angry. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, I could feel my ears get hot.
Oh, man.
And then I could feel my cheeks get really hot.
You're like, it's coming.
Yes.
It's
and
coming.
I'm like, all right, calm the fuck down. Or even like with Javier sometimes, like, and it has nothing to do with him at all. Mm-hmm. And then I'll respond a certain way and then like, I'm like, oh, sorry. That came out.
Good for you for catching that on.
Like that wasn't meant I go to come out that way. Yeah. So I'm sorry I was a bitch. You know, it wasn't always that way though.
Yeah, no.
It's taken a while.
I've been trying to do that more.
Yeah.
Like apologizing. I'm fucking trying, okay? Like I'm apologizing when I'm mad.
How much you charge for that tattoo?
Eh?
How much did you charge for that tattoo?
What tattoo?
¿Cómo le dijiste?
Oh! My passive aggressiveness. No, and I do though. Like I do that.
That was so funny. I'm sorry.
But I know how I fucking sound, you know? And like, I gotta, it's hard because I gotta take the emotion out.
Pues bueno.
Bueno, okay. Está bien.
No, pues bueno. They got a free tattoo, I guess.
But see, that's a passive aggressive shit I don't like doing. I don't like doing that shit.
I swear, I'm telling you, I was just like, do not laugh.
You're like, the violence is hilarious though.
No, yeah, but I was like, I mean, no, it's okay. We're just learning.
Dude, and then he's just as bad. He's like, that's what you get because you were late.
I know! Like, oh, fuck you then. I was defending you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to get my shit and fucking leave. Yes.
Oh, my God. That was so funny. I think like that, it went like all circle.
Everybody got it.
It was so funny.
Nobody won.
No.
Nobody won.
No.
There was no winning that day.
No. Oh, man. But I think we kind of covered everything we
needed
to cover. Probably not. No,
it's fine.
It's okay. You know, I'm sure we'll have you back on here again.
And Jackie,
we missed you.
I hope I was able to fill in your shoes. Although I didn't go, oh my God.
I know she's gonna be like, both of you are crazy.
I know she's gonna be like, you know what? No, you guys needed somebody to even you guys out. You're too much.
She's gonna be listening to it, and then she's gonna be, oh my God, the whole time.
I know. I get it. I can see her. I can see her. I can totally see it.
Jackie, you were missed.
You were missed.
So remember, you know, we have a guest host. But she always says, if I'm not able to come, she's not even going to fucking record.
Who?
Jackie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's, I don't know how to do this shit.
I wouldn't either. I'm telling you, like, Jackie's like me. We're just sitting here. We look pretty. We just wait and like, okay, are you ready? Am I ready? Tell me when to speak.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking about again?
Oh, my God. But I had a lot of fun. It was fun. So thank you so much for being on. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you don't, shut up. Don't say anything.
I'll block you.
But if you like it, please share it, like it.
Subscribe.
Everything. down below. I'm just kidding. I don't even know. Like, you know how to say?
Yeah.
Oh, thumbs up down below. Subscribe.
No, smash the like button.
Smash the like button. Bien pendeja. Oh my God. Anyway. So hold on. I don't have my fucking sound on.
Oh shit.
And peace out, bitches. She's like robot.
Oh.